What's up, everybody? Joe White here, sitting up here in Lynchburg today. Check your weights, drivers. That's all I got to say. These people tried to put 45,000 pounds on my trailer, and that's a no go. 45,000 pounds. Come on. What are you companies thinking? Trying to put that much weight on one of these trucks. It's horrible. Um, anyway, Paul Heyman. They were, the Vision was making their way out of the arena last night. Why they did not have these guys go up the ramp, I don't know. They made them go out near the timekeepers area, which led security to have their hands full. Let me tell you something. These guys, you're going to see the video in a second. These guys that they have doing security inside the arenas are not trained security guards. I've seen some of these guys. Most of them are older and have no experience doing this whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and then I'll give my thoughts on this once it's done.
Logan Paul, you're the goal. Paul Heyman. Come on, man. Back up.
So clearly, you could see that kid was in the wrong. That kid was totally in the wrong. He's lucky he didn't get backhanded. Because Paul Heyman comes from an era where people used to smuggle knives and guns into buildings. Jim Cornette talks about it all the time, where whenever he would walk to and from the ring, he would keep his tennis racket up, covering one side of his head, and he could use the left hand to clear shit away in case people tried to throw shit at him. Bobby Heenan, who comes from the same era as Paul Heyman, it may be a little bit earlier, but still. You had, well, actually, by the time Paul Heyman was coming up, yeah, Heyman was still managing in the late 80s. And in the early 90s, he became a commentator. But, Bobby Heenan got stabbed multiple times. Paul Heyman comes from that white heat era. You have to understand that first and foremost. Second of all, in this day and age, okay, that we live in, yes, I know that you go through metal detectors when you get to these arenas, and they pat you down and search your bags and everything else. But as Jeff Goldblum's character said in Jurassic Park, life will find a way. I think we've proven that in this day and age. Life will find a way. Idiots will find a way. We don't know if this kid had a knife on him. We don't know if this kid had a taser on him, a gun. I know what people, oh, Joe, it's just a kid. Come on. You don't know. I'm just saying it's happened. It's happened before. You think you're all nice and good with security, and then somebody starts popping rounds off. I mean, it's happened. So, out of all these school shootings that's happened, how many of these schools had metal detectors? Think about that. So, Paul Heyman was right to do what he did. Any wrestler is right to do what they did. The guy got past the quote-unquote security. You can see he's trying. What is with this kid? Where's his parents? First of all, I blame the parents too. The parents are just as much to blame as this kid. Where are this kid's parents? Why are they allowing their kid to break past security, to defy security? The angle I showed you was an alternate angle. The video that's went viral just shows a kid running in and Paul Heyman throwing him out of the way. They don't show the fact that security told this kid to get back. Police officers told this kid to get back, and he still broke through. Paul Heyman's not to blame here. 3 things are to blame. 1, security, because they should have had better security, and they should have never let him slip past. 2 is the kid. Well, actually, I'll say, 2 is the kid. He should have been, smart enough to know they're telling me to get back, I need to get back. I don't need to be doing this. They've told me no, that I can't touch the guy, that I can't walk up and give him a hug. So no. Have some common sense, you little fucker. 3, the kid's parents. You know, this kid's parents should have kept an eye on him, shouldn't have let him go running off, should not have let him get past security. If I'm that kid's parents and he tries to get past security, I'm grabbing him by the damn shirt collar and I'm tugging him back and going, all right, you want to act like this? You're going to get your butt busted right here in front of God and everybody. Have some common sense. As we say down south, act like you got some home training. This is another example of kids not having proper manners, not having proper decorum. So I don't know what people are thinking blaming Paul for this, but Paul Heyman had every right. I would have backhanded the little son of a bitch. He would have been sitting there on the floor picking up his own teeth if he did that to me. I don't care about the lawsuit. Heyman's got enough money here. Have $1 million. Your son's, yeah, it's going to tell here, have $1 million and go pay for your son's dental work because he's now picking his teeth up off the floor. Let me know what you guys think about this. Was Paul Heyman right? Security should have done a better job. Where's this kid's parents? And we'll see you down the road.